Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames. If you're new, be sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. The Diddy saga continues, and we're gonna dive into it. Specifically in this video, we're gonna talk about Sean Diddy Combs using his kids to bid influence on jurors on his case. Exactly as I told you guys that happy birthday video was about. Let's talk about it, because according to several reports, Sean Diddy Combs is not only borrowing people's phone behind bars allegedly to call people to make deals with them to pay them off. He is getting his henchmen allegedly to threaten people, take this money or else you better not. That's what's going on. And now they're saying Sean Diddy Combs is not only paying off witnesses behind bars, he's basically using his kids. So he's weaponizing his kids on the case. And that's exactly what he's doing. We're going to dive into one of these reports because thank God they are talking about Diddy for a change. And I bet you this report is going to be so nice. It's going to be impressive how nice it is. Now, according to the Daily Mail, they're saying that Diddy has been accused of obstructing his sex trafficking case from behind bars by paying off witnesses and enlisting his own children in a public relations campaign. Prosecutor says the disgraced hip-hop mogul has demonstrated an uncanny ability to get others to do his bidding, even though he's locked up in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. They claim that he tried to influence potential jurors in his trial by getting 7 of his children to post a video marking his birthday on November 4th. Diddy allegedly paid off one witness after calling and texting her a staggering 128 times over 4 days from his jail cell to persuade her to support him. This man must have lost his forever loving mind, even though there's nothing loving about it. And that's why he's in the mess that he's in, right? This man is crazy, just batshit crazy. And if you really think about it, just imagine if he's doing this and he's doing it knowing that he's going to be caught doing it, because he should know by now that they're watching him every single move. There's surveillance in every single thing that he does. And he's going to do is, he's a bully. He's a bully and he thinks that he's above the law. He thinks that he can just bully people, manipulate them and get away with it. And it's not working in his favor. I think this man might still be on that pink powder substance. He may still very well be paying off people, smuggling it in and paying a pretty penny at that to get it done. He's so convinced that he's gonna be home and I told you guys that is what they were doing in that video. Daddy's gonna be home. See you guys. No, you're not. The heck you're not. You're not. And you are ensuring that you do not get home for those kids. As a matter of fact, when people have kids, no one is perfect, and you're going to take a little risk there and a little chance there, but not to this manner, not to this magnitude where you bully people, you abuse them, you allegedly deleted people, and then you're acting as though you never did anything. You're completely innocent. And then when it came to Cassie Ventura filing that lawsuit, you try to convince the world that, you know what she said never happened. I'm just such a nice guy that I decided that I'm going to give her a couple $1 million and call it a day. And the feds was like, no, the heck you're not, because you did it. They released that video footage of him putting hands and feet on Cassie Ventura. So everything leading up to this point is very much indicating as to why he's deserving to be behind bars without bail, as a matter of fact. But let's continue with this report, because we know he's not getting anywhere, not even a trial he's going to get at this time, exactly as Sloan told us. And he's the one that is ensuring that he doesn't get out on bail and he doesn't get a trial. This is what happens when you're so accustomed to having your own way in life that it messes you up deeply. No. The report further states prosecutors also claimed he used other inmates' phone accounts to make calls to people he is not allowed to speak with and to avoid law enforcement monitoring. Sean Diddy Combs, 55, is due in court next Friday for a bail hearing after his lawyers submitted a renewed request for him to be freed. If I was his legal team, I would drop his ass at this point because it doesn't make sense. He's being counterproductive to what his legal team is doing for him. No. The report further states he has denied racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges that related to twisted sex parties he called freak-offs. Dozens of people, some of whom were minors at the time, have sued Diddy in civil court for a string of offenses, which he also denies. No. The report further states that the prosecution motion was in response to the renewed request for bail, and it claims that Diddy has floated the rules at the MDC, the grim prison that has housed inmates such as R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, but prosecutors from the Southern District of New York said Diddy continues his efforts to obstruct justice despite the tough conditions. The most extraordinary claims is that he enlisted his own children for the birthday video message, which is not identified by prosecutors, but appears to refer to the November 4th post on Instagram by Diddy's son, Justin Combs, 30. Justin and 6 of Diddy's other kids, including his baby daughter, Love. Poor Love. Love is not even 5 as yet and is caught up in these, mess. Poor baby Love. Man, I tell you, passing on generational curses. Diddy is just not giving it up, and it's not good. Many people may see this as a simple thing, like it was a simple thing. No, it's not. He's ensuring that he passes on all the horrible things that's within him onto these kids. No. As I've said, including his baby daughter, Love, too, sat around a birthday cake while Love sang Happy Birthday. In the clip, Diddy could be heard speaking in the background, the first time his voice had been heard since his arrest. Diddy said, "I love y'all so much. I can't wait to see you all. I just want to say I'm proud of y'all, especially the girls. I mean, all of y'all, but just for being strong. Thank y'all for being strong, and thank y'all for being by my side, supporting me. I love y'all. I got the best family in the world. My birthday. I'm happy. Thank y'all for giving me this call. I love y'all." Okay, if you really did love those kids, you'd have made better, healthier decisions just for them. When you want to give someone a sucker punch, you would hold that fist and you would look at it and say, "You know what? I want to knock your ass out today, but I have kids. So I'm going to let you go." Those are the decisions that you make when you have kids. Now, they're saying that in their filing, prosecutors claimed that Diddy enlisted family members to plan and execute a social media campaign around the defendant's birthday with the intention of influencing the potential jury in this criminal proceedings. The filing stated that the defendants carefully curated direction. The defendants' children posted a video to their respective social media accounts showing defendants' children gathered to celebrate the defendant's birthday. Incredibly, Diddy monitored the analytics or audience engagement and explicitly discussed with his family how to ensure that the video had its desired effect on potential jury members in this case. Guys, we're going to pause here a bit. And this is why, when his son, I think was Justin that came out and said, "Oh, he's going to take over his dad's Instagram account. They're going to bring back the love." I did not go over there to peep or to prep what is going on, because there's one thing that anyone knows who has been paying attention. These people engage in the dark arts, and they have several ways of conjuring energy. And listen, I need my little energy for me, okay? I need my little energy for me. I'm not going to go over there, and I wouldn't suggest that you guys go over there. Things may seem harmless, at a glance, but you never know what those people are up to. So it's always good to, keep your distance. And even in cases where you talk about them and stuff, whisper a prayer before and after, because you really never know. People might say you're naive, but really, have you been looking around as to what is going on? It's best to be safe rather than to be sorry, okay? Now, as I was saying, right? So he was there after the video was posted on social media. He was checking out the engagement. He was checking out the analytics as though he's a creator and his good money depends on it. He wanted to create an impression. And I said to you guys, that is exactly what that video was about. It was to leave an impression on the people. But then you see, and this is why I say they're trying to counteract the energy. No. It's not gonna work. No matter what he does, he's not gonna be able to counteract anything, because that video of him he literally kicked that girl as though it was one of those hard soccer balls, or football as some people would call it. He kicked that girl as though she was a cold statistics, and she's not. She's very tiny, very petite. That kick to Cassie was like a horse kicking a child. He could have truly ended that woman. And who knows, he may have very well cut that woman's lifespan really, really short. We really don't know. So while he's there trying to leave an impression on us, our minds have already been made up for those who are paying attention as to what he did to Cassie. Now, I see some people in my comment section telling me that Cassie was on drugs before Diddy. But if you were on drugs before meeting someone, does it mean that it gives a person the right to trick you and drug you? Heck not. Let that individual take whatever they're taking on their own terms and conditions. It's sick. It is disgusting. It is so despicable to see people. Well, I'm not even sure if y'all are people, because I'm remembering that they're entities around us that are shapeshifters that, portrays themselves to be human beings. And I dead mean this. For you to say that Cassie was on drugs, so it's okay? Like hell, it's not. It's definitely not. It doesn't matter what drug she was on, what substance. Cassie is entitled to do with her body what she wants to, but it's not okay for Shonda Combs to be drugging that woman to the point where she's losing memory. That shit is not okay. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, okay? Y'all need to get some baptism going, because you're lost, completely clueless. You have detached from your God's consciousness, okay? No. They're saying that the prosecutor wrote, besides family flagrantly violating the court's order October 25th, 2024, order prohibiting this kind of interference with a fair trial, the defendant's own words made clear that his intent is to improperly influence the jury pool in this criminal proceedings. I have to be trying to compose myself, because these things are making me so upset, so angry. And to see people talking ish on top of it, it just makes it worse, right? No. They're saying that Diddy was involved in a plan to anonymously leak the video as a part of a public relations strategy to influence this criminal case. It was claimed another alleged example of the interference is a case related to Diddy. Relentless efforts to contact potential witnesses, including victims of his abuse, who could provide powerful testimony against him. Now, guys, we're going to dive into the last portion of this report. They're saying that one of them was identified as witness 2, or Kalina Harper, a performer who was in one of Diddy's group. No, she filed a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs. And, the lawsuit had various claims, some of which we are not surprised about. No, they're saying that also in the group was Don Richards, it was Diddy who sued, it was Don, who sued Diddy. And then Kalina Harper, she went like on a press conference or a press tour, and she was like, I don't know why Cassie was complaining. She was living in a glass house. She had everything. When I went there, I was shocked. She had like 2 or 3 apartments. Can you believe she was given an allowance? And can you just guess how much the allowance is? So if you had all of that, like, why are you complaining? So disgusting. And she looked, the internet said that she looked as though she was on drug. So, that basically relates to a lot of what Diddy's victims have said. They said that they were bullied, they were drugged, they were coerced and stuff. So Kalina gives a sense that she was threatened, she was bullied, and they know that she has a habit. Remember, the habit is a predisposition to a lot of things. So we don't know if Diddy is like, if you lie, you ain't gotta buy that substance that you love so much anymore. I can supply it to you for free. You never know. We have to rule out all the possibilities in this case because this is not normal circumstances. These cases, they're just unnatural, very twisted. So, as I've said, we're going to see people doing a lot of things, God forbid, but as it steps into late this year, and I'm talking December because it's literally November, December going into 2025. I don't think y'all are ready for what is to come. No. They're saying that also in the group was Don Richards, who sued Diddy shortly before his arrest, claiming that he once groped and threatened her. Prosecutors claimed that Diddy contacted her on September 11th, a week before his arrest, and they spoke twice, including discussing her drafting a statement in his support. Over the next 4 days, Diddy and Harper exchanged multiple calls and texts, or 128 phone contacts. Diddy repeatedly asked Harper when she planned to post her statement, which she eventually did on September 13th. The post said that while she wanted to acknowledge Richard's claims, some of her points do not align with my own truth. We remember that she was like, girl, well, that might be your experience. I can't say you did experience that, because I didn't see that. So you just know that everything was orchestrated, right? So she basically said, some of the things that Dawn made, or some of the claims that Dawn made, doesn't align with her own truth. No, after Diddy was in custody, prison guards recovered notes from his cell during a sweep which gave a strong inference that the defendant paid Harper after she posted her statement, it was claimed. So I don't know if you guys remember that video that I did saying that, Diddy's prison was raided. And I sent to you guys, it's not just the prison that was raided. It was a tip, and his cell was also raided as well. Yes, it was raided. But his attorney is claiming that they gave him notepads, pens, and pencils, just to provide all the information that he could so as to help them with the case in his defense. Now, the report further states that among the other conduct outlined in the filing is that Diddy used the phone accounts of 8 other inmates in order to call people he was not allowed to. Diddy is also appearing on 3-way calls in other breach of prison rules. Prosecutors said this is apparently an attempt to stop law enforcement listening in and to speak to people not on his contact list. Okay, Mr. Combs, you're really treating this entire thing as though it's Burger King. have it your way, but definitely you're not, and he's not learning. Now, they're also saying that prosecutors wrote to obtain or maintain access to other inmates' PAC, which is phone numbers. The defendant directs others to pay the inmates, including through payment processing apps and BOP commissary account deposits. On multiple calls, often using the PAC numbers of other inmates, the defendant is explicit about his intention to use public statement to alter public perception, and the defendant leaves no doubt that the narrative he wants to is the potential jurors' pool of perception of his criminal proceedings. In addition, Diddy is allegedly using a non-authorized messaging app called Contact Me ASAP with 2 accounts, one of which is using an email address for his son. So, listen, they need to lock up those boys, give them 6 weeks behind bars, and let them chill out and, look into their options. Let them choose what they want. Chances are, if they do this, they can be, saving them and other people from other potential, future more dangerous acts that could result in, similar circumstances as to what is being levied against their father. Now, the use of such illegal communication methods almost immediately after arriving at MDC following his arrest in September, prosecutors said Diddy has already been denied bail twice after judge rejected his proposed $50 million bond. His lawyers said that they wanted to make a third application because the case against him is thin and has been tarnished by prosecutor leaks. Well, he's ensuring that the case is thick. So if it was thin before, it is thick now, so it's no longer thin. So at least he has no one to blame for that. Now, they're saying that Diddy used the family members to carry out obstructive conduct meant that even restricting his visitors to his family wouldn't stop him. They claim Combs has been in jail in Brooklyn since September 16th after he was charged with racketeering and sex trafficking, which he has denied. He did it. He did that and a lot more. His actions are very telling. Now, the charge, which details allegations dating back to 2008, accuses him of abusing, threatening, coercing women for years to fulfill his sexual desires, protects his reputation, and conceals his conduct. Combs has been accused of arranging freak-offs described as elaborate and produced sex performances arranged and directed by Combs while he masturbated and often recorded them. His indictment stated that some freak-offs would last for days, required Combs and victims to receive IV fluids to recover from the exertion and drug use. Diddy arrest came 10 months after allegations of sexual assault and other abuse against him. The music mogul and an announcement from prosecutors that he was being investigated for sex trafficking. The allegations began with a lawsuit by Diddy ex Cassie Ventura, which claimed she was beaten and raped by Vassar. The suit was settled the day after it became public, but Diddy has since then dodged other claims. Now, we're on the final leg of this report. Yes, guys, I know it's a lot, but it's also exciting, sad, but exciting somewhat to know that they have him. They have their foot in his neck. They get him. He has very much dig a ditch for himself. You see, nothing beats the higher power. Nothing beats the higher power. And I'm talking about God, not their God, okay? Now, they're saying the indictment against him alleges he coerced and abused women for years while using blackmail and shocking acts of violence to keep his victims in line. We can literally see that happening now. It refers obliquely to an attack on his former girlfriend, Cassie, that was captured on video. In March, authorities raided Combs, Los Angeles, and Florida homes, seizing drugs, videos, more than 1,000 bottles, baby oil, and lubricant, prosecutors said. Now, okay, guys, we have just a little bit to go. So, it's kind of funny to see how he's setting up himself for the downfall. I mean, God is in the works. Now, they're saying that, they raided his home. They said agents also seized guns, ammunition, including 3 AR-15s, which deface a serial number. A conviction on every charge would require a mandatory 15 years in prison with the possibility of life sentence. Daily.com reached out to Diddy and his family lawyers for comments, but as usual, they're not gonna get a response, okay? they're not going to get a response. No, definitely his phone privileges needs to be taken away. And I also believe that, any of the kids who have facilitated him, assisted him in any shape or form, they should be barred from visitation, barred from communication with him. This is basically aiding and abetting. They're helping their father to commit a crime. And I believe that they should be behind bars as well. We don't want to see young men behind bars, but I believe that putting them in harsh environments at this stage helps to mitigate future damage that could be potentially life-threatening to themselves and others. While we love to see accountability, we do not like to see unpleasant history repeating itself. And with what Sean Diddy Combs' kids are doing, they're basically, slowly adapting his nature. But as we were told, it seems as though the kids have been truly groomed by their father and they have some likeness. Now, I understand that it's their father. They're going to believe that he's innocent and all of that jazz. Well, also, it is important for them to be disciplined for their actions. It is important that they know that it's not okay to do these things. You're being an accessory. This is aiding and abetting it. You're committing a crime and you're endangering the lives of other people. Just imagine you're hearing that this man is behind bars and you're at home and you're giving God thanks and your phone rings and you're like, hello, with your little bubbly chirpy self. And it's like, hey, it's Diddy. You better drop them charges or else, that is traumatizing in itself. Very, very traumatizing. But I'm happy that they have their foot in his backside exactly as he deserves. You have made your bed, Diddy. Lay it, okay? Lay it. You're not God. You cannot just do these things and think that, oh, I'm bad. I get what I want. I can do anything. It's a day of reckoning and you're being held accountable. Your number has been called, okay? That's what happens in the industry. Yeah, that's what happened. It is literally his number that got called. But anyway, guys, this was really thrilling to hear that. It's like they're saying, don't move. I got you covered, dude. Don't move. It's really exciting to see that they're, getting him every single way that he tries to pivot in all the illegal activities. I'm so happy, but I want to hear from you. Are you guys happy that they're getting his ass and getting him really good? Leave a comment below while you're at it. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe. It's free. Stay safe, stay blessed, and most of all, stay out of trouble, okay? And let your kids stay out of trouble. And if they refuse, you say, look at Diddy. Oh, you want to be the next Diddy? No, just get someone to talk to them, okay? Stay safe. See you guys later. Bye.